Please start. Come on! Yes! Hello and welcome to another Geared Up Garage video. My name is Jay, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at that. Okay, so this is my dad's Volvo FH12, and as normal on a day off, I've been set a task because this truck has an issue. The issue being it doesn't start. This is our show truck. We've had this for just under a year now. We've taken it to a couple of shows. We did Foxfest earlier on in the year, we did Peterborough, and we did Swedefest as well. If you guys ever want to come down and see us, or then come down to one of these truck shows, and you know, if it's in the southeast area, we'll probably be there with the Volvo. Now, going back to the main issue of this truck, it doesn't start. Now, we kind of know why it doesn't start. It's sat around since those shows, early September, you know, late summer. So she's not started. So we think the batteries are flat. So that leaves me to figure out how I'm going to charge this thing up and if it'll actually run. Okay, so before I can take you guys for a proper walk around this truck, I need to figure out how I'm going to get it started. And I think I found the battery tray on the side. It kind of takes me back now to my HGV fitting days when I used to be able to work on trucks, not Volvos. I used to work for DAFs, so I should remember how to do this. But batteries absolutely terrify me. So before I do anything with this, I'm going to go get my safety gear on, just because I hate sparks, I hate lithium, and I hate acid. So let's go do that. Okay, so safety specs are on, although they're so dirty I can't see anything out of them. We have the jump pack on the floor, we have the extension lead, and we have the battery tray cover off. So I'm going to I've just attempted to start the truck. In fact, I'll show you guys this, because it is absolutely flat as a pancake. So I don't need my important safety specs on for that. They can go back in the hoodie. Right. I'll do a full truck walk around in a minute once we get started, but absolutely dead inside. Climb up in. 3 steps to heaven. Oh. So, right. Well, inside the truck. So inside here, when we turn the ignition on, we should get lights. As you can see, there's nothing. Nada. Zilch. Zero. It's absolutely flat. So I'm hoping, it's really flat. So when Dad said to me, oh, it's just, just not starting, I was like, oh, okay. And typical Dad, there's nothing's working. So we're going to attempt to see if we can get this thing running. Hopefully we can. Last time we had this issue, there was a fuel problem with the truck. I was underneath the near side front wheel arch, because that's where the fuel pump is. And I'm hand pumping, trying to get the fuel through to the engine bay. Just, it wasn't having it. And it turns out on the other side there was a hairline split. And it was just losing enough pressure to stop the truck from starting, because we was doing the old brake cleaner method. We was possibly trying to persuade it with some brake cleaner, and she was going, but then it just wouldn't consistently run. So I'm hoping this time we can charge this thing up or jump start it, and it'll actually run. Although with the batteries in such a bad state, it's probably going to need new batteries. I don't know. It's been years since I've done any of this stuff. Let's see if I can get it started. Okay, so we have lights. I've connected it up. There are now lights inside the cabin. It's on boost, maximum boost on the jump start. So let's see. Foot down on the clutch, obviously. Foot on the brakes. There's lights on the dash. Come on! Oh, that's disappointing. That's really disappointing. All right, we'll leave this a second. Take 2 in 3, 2, 1. Please start. Come on! Yes! Check cab controller at next stop. Don't know what the fuck that means. Try again. Yes! Come on, give me some poke. Bit of poke. Bit of poke. Yeah! Oh, that did warn me it could do that. It could turn itself off. That's why I didn't crack myself too bad. But oh, I love this truck. When we're driving down the road, let's pull that door in. When we're driving down the road, and we got the window down. Shut up! Turbo whistle on this thing's mad. Sounds well. She sounds well. Let's go out there and get a proper... Oh, I love the smell of diesel first thing in the morning. We did a thing. We made a truck live. Ready? My favourite thing to do. How could you ever get bored of that sound? I love this Volvo, man. It's such a good truck. All right, it ain't a V8, but still. You can't not love that. You cannot, it's illegal not to love that sound. What a truck. Oh, my camera equipment's gone flying down the side. What a truck! Thing we haven't done quickly before we go into the history of this truck, which I completely forgot, and that's air horns, or as Trucker Tim would say, give us some tones! If there's any birds nesting on the top of this roof, they're either barbecued or they've been scared shitless. Love that, absolutely love that. Oh, I can't wait to make more truck videos. It's where I come from, it's my background, it's my heart. I love trucks so much. Right, let's tell you about the history of this one. Okay, so behind me is our 2001 FH12 Volvo. Me and my dad have had this truck since like January, February. As I said earlier, we've done 3 shows in this truck. We did Truckfest Peterborough, which is the first show. I like to think the first show of the year, really. We don't really go to anything before Truckfest Peterborough. And we'll be there at next year's Truckfest Peterborough as well. So if you do want to come and catch us, come say hi. We've been to Foxfest, where that cup comes from. That cup was a 2nd place finish at Foxfest, so thank you very much to the guys over there. My dad took that took the truck there, and the 3rd one was Swedefest, which was September, which is a fantastic show. I cannot recommend Swedefest enough. So let's have a little walk around this truck, and let me tell you some interesting things about this specific truck. Okay, so to kick things off, this is our 2001 Volvo, registered back in 2001. Its original colour isn't actually blue and silver, it's red. As me and my dad found out when we went to Swedefest, we spoke with a gentleman that drove for RJC RJC Low Loaders, sorry, based up in Bedfordshire, which is coincidentally this truck's first owner, this truck's first company, if you like. That's where she comes from. She was on Cat 2 low loader work across the UK, all throughout the early 2000s. Now, we're not entirely sure, me and Dad, what actually happened to the truck in its like middle to later years. We know that towards the end, when it was retired from a working truck, it was then bought and restored to this kind of finish. But in terms of its middle years, we don't actually know. So if there's anyone out there watching this video that kind of knows what happened to this truck after RJC's, before its restoration, please make sure you reach out and let us know, because me and Dad would love to find that out. So let's get on and have a look at the restoration work taking place on this truck. And so the first thing I want to talk about restoration-wise on this truck are these huge lockers put on the back. Each of these lockers was handcrafted. Each one was made specifically for this truck. It's nowhere near standard or original. Yeah, they're really, really spacious. There's a couple of things we have with these though that me and Dad have, like, as we've gone to shows and things like that, that we're not like that happy with. So if I demonstrate, if we lift this up and turn each key, it opens it up, right? So when you're sitting there thinking at a show, right, you've just pulled up everything else you really want to go, there's no struts or like powered stays. So you're trying to, like, if you've got a box in here, like in that one down there, we have the boxes of like cleaning gear and stuff that we use at shows. You can't actually get it out at the same time. So one of the things we're going to do with this is we're going to put struts, like stays in. So then that way it will, spider web, and that way it will stay up. So let's show you guys closer up. The level of, I mean, obviously, you know, these are pretty clean. I mean, I've cleaned a lot of these myself. Well, all of them myself. Dad goes off and talks to people. And I stay with the lorry. So as you can see, it's a mirror finish on this. We've got the top bar up there as well. We've got a little space up and above. All that looks dirty. pretend you didn't see that. Where we store things like beer crates and stuff like that when we go. Because obviously it's a truck show, it's barbecue and beer, isn't it? Let's be honest. Down here, as you guys can see, we have the chassis infill. I'll take a better shot of the chassis infill right about now.
I know what's on your mind. We do this all the time. We fight and then we're fine. You know I'm yours, you're mine. Oh mine, I'm yours, you're mine.
And so another thing we really want to do, as you guys can see, we've got a couple of bull bars and things like that just like lying around. Basically, we want to put a bull bar on it, although the ones we have here aren't quite the right bars. Personally, that one's going to go for the 143. We have a Scania 143, which will come out in like a video whenever we get that back. That's a whole different story. That's like a whole different video in itself about the Scania. And we have this big silver one, which would fit the Volvo, but I just don't think, personally, it's quite right for it. There's not that much like chrome on the truck. So I think putting a big chrome bull bar on it probably wouldn't suit. I think perhaps a mesh one like that with the bottom part that this has on it, obviously like in bar rather than chrome, then that would suit a lot better, painted on the front, and maybe some lights in it as well, because, you know, we need more of those. So that's kind of what me and Dad are hoping for this as well. Let's get onto the inside of this truck, where you guys have already briefly seen. So inside, we have obviously the Volvo steering wheel, horns there, indicators, dials, everything else. You guys don't care about that. You want to see, you know, what's the flooring. So we have custom matting here on the floor. This is all made to fit. This is all custom upholstery. We have 2 beds. We have a bunk up there. And you're probably, if you're wondering, like, what's it like to sleep in? It's okay. It's very tight. And if you're sleeping with someone that snores, it's horrendous. I will now not sleep in a truck with Dad. And this is, you know, on the internet now, Dad, so you can watch this. Dad snores really badly. Like, you can hear the truck rattling. So, like, we had Chris Riches was a couple of doors down from us, like at the show, and he has this beautiful Volvo that's it's like purple, and it has all speakers on the back. When we go to a show, I'll find the truck and I'll show it to you guys. And he had that blasting like music out. And me and Dad are laying in bed, and we're just sitting there like, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh, it's okay, like, it's not too terrible. Like, the sound insulation in here is quite good, but then all you can hear is like, and the whole truck is just rattling. And I'm like, I think I'd rather have Rich's music blaring through my window than listen to Dad snoring. So yeah, I thought it was quite funny. But no, we didn't mind, and Chris is a really nice guy, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, don't sleep in a truck with someone that snores. If there are any truckers out there, you know, that you're double tramping and things like that, then you know, let us know in the comments that how annoying that is. Or equally, if you do go to truck shows and your partner snores, let us know that in the comments as well. Because yeah, so we've also got here, this is one of my favourite little dishes. This is our Swedefest dish that we get for participating. It's yeah, we've been to Swedefest 3 or 4 times. It was the first time this year that we've been in this truck. We have the aftermarket stereo system in here as well, which you guys can see there. We also have like subwoofers and things like that in the truck. We've got one in the locker down there, and I think the speakers are all uprated in here as well. I want to get footwell lights for it. I think it really needs footwell lights, just because everything needs footwell lights. My car has footwell lights, the truck needs footwell lights, the garages need footwell lights, even my bathroom has footwell lights. If you like footwell lights, we're going to have loads of footwell lights on this. I took that a little bit too far there, but hey ho. So yeah, we have the controls for the cabin in the back over there. We have a CB radio up here, which we do use when we come into shows and things like that. We do try and, like, and when we're driving out and about, like, me and Dad will take the truck down and we will sit there and we'll, you know, breaker 19 and everything else. This here's the rubber duck. If you know, you know. Up here, we have a television. That's a fully working TV. It has all like the Freeview channels on it, and we can connect and watch Netflix and things like that in it as well, which is really cool. So we sat here like at Swedefest. I was sitting in the chair over there, and Dad was sitting in the bunk, and we was just watching like Netflix and Trucker Tim and people like that. So yeah, it's a really cool truck. It's kind of on the verge, like with the 2001 models and everything kind of before. It's kind of like the Scania 144 or the very early R series, where like you had all of the really small lower roof trucks, and like living in them was just horrendous. Like I don't know how drivers used to do it. I mean, I personally couldn't, but you know, and then you get these big like mammoth sized trucks where everything is so accessible and it's so much easier. Obviously, granted, the TVs and stuff like that wouldn't be in the truck at the time, but we're able to modify that nowadays, and it's a really comfortable truck. Like the seats in here are actually not from an original Volvo version 1, they're actually version 4 seats, which have been adjusted to put in. So they're actually really super comfy and hugging and things like that. I've not obviously driven this truck on the road, but I can speak from a passenger's perspective, and they're really, really nice. That one's not on air though. This one is on air. I don't know if that's normal in Volvo version 1s, because this is the only version 1 I've been in like properly in a ride for, so I don't know if that's normal or not. If it's normal, put it down in the comments below. Yeah, we've got loads of air horns on this thing. She's stacked to the brim with air horns. I don't think they're Hadleys. Should we go find out what they are? Ugh. First time I actually noticed, to be fair. They are Baileys. We've got Bailey air horns on the top. Yeah, we've got a bit of paint and things like that want doing on it. The little rivets and things like that have been like tucked in. Other than that, that's about it. She's a 6x4, so she's got the big, heavy super axle on it. Obviously, where she used to do the low loader work and things like that. We've got the 5th wheel cover there, which we want to paint. We want to get that airbrushed. I'm probably going to put my granddad on that as a memorial to him. Other than that, there's not really that much else that we want to do. Oh, we want to... Oh, my favourite thing I want to show you guys. I can't believe I nearly forgot this. The bar at the back. We've got a huge Thor bar. It's awesome. We've even got caravan hookup on it, because why not? And then we've got the Volvo mud flaps down there as well, which is obviously all... Oh, it's a Titan mud flap actually. So they're really, really cool, and I absolutely love these things. And if you check out the shorts on the channel as well, then you'll see like it all lit up and stuff at night, and it honestly looks really, really well. Another thing you can do, which you can kind of see in here where Dad has etched the Volvo sign in, is for some reason, we don't know why, the person that restored this decided they were going to go with the checker plate there, checker plate on the main part... Oh, hello, my camera's there. Checker plate on the main part of the chassis, but then here decided to go with a metal plasticky type thing to cover over it. Granted, it didn't need to wash, but we're not entirely sure why they did that. So me and Dad are going to finish it with the brushed checker plate, which will look fantastic on there as well. Other than that, I think I like the black wing tops. I don't think we're going to do anything with the black wing tops. But yeah, so hopefully we can get all of this done by show season next year. By Peterborough, ideally, because it's the last one. So if you don't normally go to truck shows, make sure you go to Truckfest Peterborough, just because it's the last one. It's going to be an amazing show. It's normally really, really good. We'll be there. Come say hi to us. I love meeting anyone and everyone that, if you're passionate about motors, then fantastic. If not, come for a day out. It's a really great family day out, Truckfest Peterborough. So yeah, hire me, Truckfest Peterborough. It was a nice little shout out there. So, maybe we could work together. No, I'm only joking. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much everything to do with this truck. We've got the single stack over at the back. I prefer the twin stacks on it, although you can't get twin stacks on this and have the big lockers and things like that, so it's either one or the other. And to be fair, I do prefer the lockers. They are really handy. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much everything I can tell you about this truck at the moment. As I said, the middle part of this truck's history is actually kind of lost. So we need to make sure that we can try and find that and dig that out. So if anyone knows anything, please let us know. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos of the Volvos, or anyone has a truck that they want me to come and see, you're based in the Essex area, or even Kent or something like that, if it's a cool special truck, you want me to come and do a video on it, send me loads of photos, send me loads of history. I love looking at your guys' stuff. And I'll come down and hopefully we can do something. Okay, cheers, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now.